Hello students, welcome back. So today here we are going to start a new chapter, that is group 18 elements. So group 18 present in P block. So it is present at extreme right of the periodic table. It present at extreme right of the periodic table. Earlier these are known as zero group elements. Earlier these are known as zero groups or zero group elements because their valence is zero. As their valence is zero, these are known as zero group elements. So what are those elements? Those elements are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. Okay. So these are these elements. So the elements helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon present in group 18 of the periodic table are known as group 18 elements. Okay. So these elements are also known as inert gases. These are also known as inert gases because these are chemically inert. So they exist in monoatomic state, do not combine with other elements like normal elements. So in this way these are known as your inert elements. However, some elements like xenon and krypton also form some compounds. So like our noble metals, they like gold, platinum, etc. They do not combine with other normal elements, but however they also form few compounds. Similarly, these elements also form a few compounds. So in this way, these are also known as noble gases. So as we have like noble metal like gold, platinum, in this way these are also known as noble gases, and maximum these gases are found in air. That's say these are also known as aerosols. Okay, so these are inert gases, noble gases, aerosols, also known as group 18 elements, or earlier known as group 0 elements. Zero group elements. Okay. Next, you know what are the atomic numbers of these elements? Helium, that is 2, neon, that is 10, 18, 36, 54 and 86. These are their atomic numbers. And what are their electronic configurations? Their electronic configuration, you know, it has 1s2, and neon has configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p6. Argon has 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, then 3s2, 3p6, and krypton has after argon 18, then 3d10, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6. Similarly, xenon has krypton 36, after that 5s2, 4d10, 5p6. After that, radon has configuration, that is xenon 54, then 6s2, 4f14, 5d10 and 5p6. So these elements have this type of electronic configuration. So except helium, which has completed its duplet, except helium which has completed its duplets all have 8 electrons in their valency shell. So they have 8 electrons in their valency shell. So they have completed their octet. So except helium, which has completed its duplet, all other completed their octet. Okay. So in this way, these except helium, all these elements contain 8 electrons in their valency shell. So they have general electronic configuration, the valency shell configuration NH2 NP6. Except helium, they have general electronic configuration NH2 NP6. Okay. Next come to another portion of this chapter, that is what is its occurrency? Occurrency of noble gases. So helium, all these gases except this radon, all these gases are generally found in atmosphere except radon. So this is the radioactive inert gas. Except this radon, all other gases are generally found in atmosphere. So as it found in atmosphere, that's why this is known as, these are known as your aerogens, and among them the most abundant one is argon. So argon is the most abundant in our atmosphere. About 0.9% of this found, and all other noble gases is found, all total it is found 1%. Among the 1%, 0.9% is argon. But helium is found in universe, in sun. Okay, so it is maximum parts of helium is also found in sun or in universe. Okay. So in this way, helium and some parts of helium and some neon, also this helium and neon, these gases also found in some radioactive compounds like pitchblende, monazites, claverites, etc. So monazites and some radioactive compounds like monazites and pitchblende, claverites. Along with these compounds, noble gases like helium and some portion of neon are also found. Okay, and this radon is generally, these are found in atmosphere, and this radon is generally found by the radioactive decay of radium. Radon is generally found by the radioactive decay of radon. So radon, by giving one alpha particle by minus alpha particle, it gives, this is radium, atomic number 88, by giving an alpha particle, so it formed radon, or we can say this is radon, atomic number here found to be 86, and this is atomic mass number, that is 228, and here 226 plus helium 42. So this radon is generally found by the radioactive disintegration of radium. Okay. So these are some occurrences. So in this way, and this argon gas is found very later. In this way, all these gases, all these inert gases have some special name. For example, this helium is known as it is found in sun atmosphere. That's why this is found in sun atmosphere, and most amount of this is found in sun. That's why this helium is also known as sun gas. Neon is known as new gas. Argon is known as lazy gas. Krypton is known as hidden gas. Krypton, this is known as hidden gas. Xenon is known as stranger gas. And this one, radioactive inert gas. Radioactive inert gas. So in this way, these gases are also known as by some specific name. Sun gas is helium, new gas neon, lazy gas that is argon. Okay. Next come to what are the general trends in properties of these zero group elements or group 18 elements. So first, physical state. All these gases are colorless, odorless and tasteless gases. So these are generally colorless and odorless gases, and they exist as monoatomic gas. They exist as monoatomic gas. Okay, so all these exist as monoatomic gas. Their specific heat constants, the ratio of specific heat constants, that is Cp by Cv equal to 1.66. Okay, they have high value of ionization enthalpy. They have positive value of electron gain enthalpy, or you can say their electron gain enthalpy is almost zero. Their electron gain enthalpy almost zero or positive. They have high ionization enthalpies, and their Cp by Cv value equal to 1.66. In this way, these gases exist as monoatomic gas. Okay. Next come to another property, that is atomic radii. So these elements have generally larger atomic radius than that of their before the group elements present, that is than that of group 17 elements. So these group 18 elements have larger atomic radius than that of group 17 elements. So because all the electrons are filled, in this way electronic repulsion takes place. So in this way atomic radius increases. And whenever we move down the group, that is from helium to xenon or helium to radon, then its atomic radius increases. So it increases from helium to radon. That is due to increase in new successive energy cells. That is due to increase in new successive energy cells. Next come to another property, that is ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy. So as these elements have completed their octet, and helium has completed their duplet, so they have completed their valency cell. In this way they have more stable electronic configuration. So to remove one electron from these elements is very difficult. In this way these elements have high value of ionization enthalpies, and as ionization enthalpies decreases with increase in size, then the ionization enthalpy decrease from helium to xenon. So radium is radioactive. So here we are not discussing about different properties of radium specially. Okay. So ionization enthalpy, this decrease. Ionization enthalpy generally decrease helium has high value of ionization enthalpies. Okay, next come to another property, that is electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. So, as these elements, they have completed their octet. They have already fully satisfied. In this way, these elements do not receive electron. So, if one electron is given to them, then it requires some amount of energy. In this way, the electron gain enthalpy of these elements generally or almost zero. If some electron is given, so it should require some energy. So some cases the electron gain enthalpy that should be positive, and this electron gain enthalpy decreases down the group. Electron gain enthalpy decreases down the group. Ionization enthalpy decreases and electron gain enthalpy also decreases down the group. Next come to another property, that is melting point and boiling point. Melting point and boiling point. So as these are gases, if we apply pressure and at very low temperature, generally this can be converted into liquid and then it can be converted into gaseous, solid form. So the melting point and the boiling point of these elements are very low. The melting point and boiling point of these elements are very low, and it increases from helium to xenon. So it increase from helium to xenon. So when we go from helium to xenon, its atomic size increases. So this atomic size increases, the van der Waals force of attraction among them increases. So as these are monoatomic molecules, as well as these are also monoatomic, as well as these are also non-polar in nature. In this way, there exists only one type of force, that is van der Waals force of attraction. And the van der Waals force of attraction depends on atomic size. So as the atomic size increases, their melting point and boiling point increases. In this way, as helium has the smallest size, so it has the lowest boiling point. As helium has the smallest size, it has the lowest boiling point. So with increase in atomic size from helium to xenon, their boiling point as well as melting point increases. Next come to another property, that is ease of liquefaction. Ease of liquefaction. Ease of liquefaction. So under high pressure and at low temperature, these gases can be liquefied, and this ease of liquefaction, it also increases from helium to xenon. So with increase in atomic radii or atomic size, the van der Waals force of attraction increases. As the van der Waals force of attraction increases, its ease of liquefaction also increases. So it becomes ease of liquefaction, it also increase from helium to xenon. That is helium, then neon, then krypton, then argon, krypton, then xenon, like this. Next, another property, that is solubility. Next, another property, that is solubility. these gases are very slightly soluble in water, and this solubility also depends on this atomic size. With increase in atomic size, the solubility increases. In this way, the solubility increases from helium to xenon. Increase from helium to xenon. Solubility also increase from helium to xenon. Then come to another property, that is adsorption. That is adsorption. So these gases are generally adsorbed by coconut charcoal. Okay, activated charcoal, coconut charcoal. In this way, and this adsorption also depends on the atomic size. So with increasing the atomic size, the rate of adsorption increases. So the rate of adsorption also increase from helium to xenon. Next come to another property, that is electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity. So these gases act as good conductors at low pressure. These gases act as good conductor at low pressure, and when electricity is applied for them, then it imparts various color. Okay, different color light. So these gases under low pressure, these are good conductor of electricity except this helium. So when these gases are taken in a discharge tube and electricity is passed through them, then it imparts the different color. Okay, so these are the general physical properties of inert group elements, that is group 18 elements. Next come to general chemical properties. So chemical properties. So Blackthread, scientist Blackthread first time prepared a compound with oxygen and platinum hexafluoride, an ionic compound which is formed from oxygen and platinum hexafluoride to form O2, Pt and F6. Okay, so he also studied that this oxygen has the same same ionization enthalpy as that of xenon. So xenon has the ionization enthalpy nearly similar to that of oxygen, and the atomic radius of xenon is similar to that of the molecular diameter of oxygen. Okay, so the molecular diameter of oxygen is nearly close to the atomic radius of xenon, and ionization enthalpy is also nearly close. Oxygen and xenon has nearly close ionization enthalpy, as well as they have molecular diameter of oxygen, and this atomic radius of oxygen is also nearly same. In this way, he tried to prepare the compound of xenon first time, and he prepared the compound of xenon with this XePtF6 give rise to XePtF6. And another thing, so due to their inertness, due to their high ionization enthalpy, and due to their low value of electron gain enthalpy, positive value of electron gain enthalpy, these elements do not form compounds. However, with increase in atomic radius, their ionization enthalpy decreases. So in this way, the elements which are present at the lower except radium, that is except radon. Radon is a radioactive element, so except radon, what are the elements present towards end of the group? Generally they form compounds with more electronegative elements like fluorine and oxygen. So xenon has low value of ionization enthalpy, and oxygen and fluorine has high value of electronegativity. They have high value of electronegativity. So in this way, xenon form compounds with fluorine and oxygen. In this way, xenon form compounds with fluorine and oxygen. With fluorine, only 3 compounds, that is, XeF2, XeF4 and XeF6. Only 3 compounds it form with fluorine, and with oxygen 2 compound, that is XeO3 and XeO4. But by the combination of oxygen and fluorine, this oxygen and fluorine, it forms a series of compounds like XeO, F2, XeO2, F2, XeO, F4, etc. So in this way, it with oxygen, combined with oxygen and fluorine, it forms large number of compounds. With fluorine, only 3 compounds. With only oxygen, 2 compounds form. Similarly, krypton also form a few compounds with fluorine due to its less value of ionization enthalpy, and fluorine is more electronegative in nature. Okay. Now, next come to what are the shapes and what are the hybridization of xenon atom when it forms different compounds. So generally it forms compounds like XeF2, XeF4, XeF6, XeO3, XeO4, then XeO2, F2 and XeOF4. Okay, so let us discuss first one by one. So XeF2. So what is the hybridization? What is shape that can be determined from valency bond theory as well as hybridization concept. So as xenon atom has 8 valence electron and it forms only 2 bonds. So in this way it has 8 minus 2, that is 6, 6 by 2, that is 3. So it has 3 lone pair of electron and 2 bond pair of electron. As it has 3 lone pair and 2 bond, total bond pair is there, total electron pair is 5. In this way its hybridization, this is compound, this is hybridization. Next its shape, actual shape. So XeF2, its hybridization is sp3d and its shape is trigonal. So its shape is linear. It forms 2 bonds. In this its shape is linear. Next XeF4, total bond pair 4, and then lone pair 2, total electron pair 6. So hybridization sp3d2 and its shape is square planar. It has 2 lone pair and 4 bond pair. It has 2 lone pair and 1 bond pair. Next XeF6. So total bond pair is 6, lone pair is 1. In this way its shape is octahedral, distorted octahedral or distorted pentagonal bipyramidal, and XeO3. So XeO3, it has one lone pair and 3 bond pair, and the 3 bond pair form bonds with oxygen, as well as it also form 3 pi bonds with oxygen. So in this way, it has structure Xe lone pair electron here and double bond O, double bond O, double bond O. Okay. So in this is 6 electrons here and here 1 electron pair here. So in this way, its shape XeO3. So its hybridization is generally sp3, and its shape is pyramidal, trigonal pyramidal, or simply we can write pyramidal. And XeO4, it has also hybridization sp3, and its shape is tetrahedral. No lone pair electron here, and here 1 lone pair electron. Here no lone pair electron. Next, XeO2F2. So XeO2F2, it has also hybridization sp3d. It has 1 lone pair and 4 bond pair. So as it has 1 lone pair and 4 bond pair, its shape is distorted trigonal bipyramidal, or it has a seesaw structure. It has a seesaw structure. Okay, it has distorted trigonal bipyramidal structure. Trigonal bipyramidal structure. Next, XeOF4, it has also hybridization sp3d2, and its shape is square pyramid. Its shape is square pyramidal. Okay. So in this way, these are some examples of xenon compounds. What are their hybridization and what are the shapes of molecules. Next come to uses of inert gases. Uses. So first come to helium. So helium is a light gas. So after hydrogen, this is the lightest gas, but hydrogen is inflammable in nature and helium is non-inflammable in nature. In this way, this is used for inflating aeroplane tires. It is also used for filling airships and balloons for weather forecasting. Next, this is also used by sea divers for respiration. A mixture of helium and oxygen in the ratio 1:4 is generally used by sea divers for their respiration. Next, this is also used by asthmatic patients for their respiration. And helium is also used in gas thermometer, and it is also used as a cryogenic fluid. That means to create the atmosphere very much cold. Okay, so it is also used to create inert atmosphere. So in this way, helium has much more applications than that of other noble gases. Then comes to neon. So neon is generally, when this is used in discharge tube, it gives color. Generally it gives orange-red color. And when neon gas mixed with mercury vapor, it gives green-blue color, bluish-green color. So neon, generally its color is orange-red, it gives orange-red color, but when mixed with mercury vapor gives blue and green color. Blue green color. In this way, this neon is used for advertisement purpose. Okay, and as its color is orange red, and this neon light can pass through mist and fog. So in this way, this is used as in beacon light. It is used in beacon light, that is in aeroplanes, telephone towers, lamp houses, etc. So in lamp houses, telephone towers and aeroplanes, this is used beacon light because this light can pass through mist and fog. So it gives brilliant orange red color light, and again when mixed with mercury it gives blue green color. In this way, neon gas is used for giving different colors light. Also it is also used in different fluorescent tubes, etc. Next, come to argon. Argon is also used to create inert atmosphere. All these are as chemical inert. All gases generally used to create inert atmosphere, and it is also used in electric bulbs, that is incandescent bulbs, fluorescent bulbs, etc. Electric bulbs. It is used in electric bulbs, incandescent bulbs. Okay, so mixture of neon and argon is also used for this advertisement purpose, and argon is also used as in safety valves or radio valves. It is also used in safety valves and radio valves. Xenon, krypton and xenon are also used. Krypton and xenon are also used in some electric bulbs. These are also used in radio bulbs and to create inert atmosphere. For reaction, to create inert atmosphere, generally krypton and xenon are used. These are also used in safety valves, radio valves. Okay. Next, come to another use of gas, that is the use of radon. So radon is generally used in radiotherapy. For the treatment of cancer. So it is generally used for radiotherapy for treatment of cancer. Okay, it is also used to create inert atmosphere in various chemical reactions, and this is also used in steel industry. This is also used in steel industry to find out the defects of iron. In steel industry, it is also used in steel industry to identify the defects in iron tubes. Okay, so in this way, these are some uses of inert gases.